AITA for taking some of the money I'm saving for a house to get my son a prosthetic leg. This has been causing a huge argument with my fiance, and I've been trying to get a solution, but it's a dead end. I, 43, lost my wife to a horrific auto accident. I have an 11-year-old son who was with his mom when the accident happened and resulted in him losing a limb. It was absolutely devastating. My son never accepted that this is how his life will be. Despite therapy, he still had too many emotions that he couldn't let go of. Phantom pain made it worse. It's been over 2 years. He's been using the wheelchair, but he still can't enjoy doing activities the way he wants. Plus, this has affected his social life. He receives education at home and rarely engages in conversations with other kids. I'm currently saving to buy a house with my fiancé. She's not staying with us and wants to move in together after I buy a house. I've been saving for 3 months while trying to keep everything balanced. My fiancé and my son have a good relationship. He loves when she visits and spend time with her. I felt happy that my son was able to open up and be happy around her. Last week, my son was watching some videos of kids playing, running, doing activities, and they all had a prosthesis. He was impressed that they were able to do cool stuff and enjoy their time like that. He knows how it was difficult for them in the beginning and was impressed of how far they got. If your son is under 18, take him to a Shriners hospital. I'm a Shriner and would more than happy to assist you with it. We can get him one at no cost. NTA. Op. Your son has gone through severe trauma and is finally showing some light about living his life, not just being alive. Please don't extinguish that light. You have the means. Invest in giving your son a happy, balanced future. If your fiancé cannot see that she isn't in the same book as you, let alone the same page, it's not about your son waiting longer. He has been stuck in the darkness of his trauma for so long and is willing to move forward and out of that space. Support him. You aren't an asshole for putting your child first in this context. You're being a good parent. This is a hill worth dying on. Up. NTA. If she thinks your son can wait 2 years, she should put her money where her mouth is and wait 2 years. NTA. Your son has waited 2 years. Don't make him wait another day. A new house is not a priority. Your son is. Please choose your son over her. Why can't she move into the current house? NTA. Your fiancé wants your son to wait years in a wheelchair so that she can have her dream wedding in. Move into a house that you're paying for? And she went so far as to try to persuade your son that he could wait? Don't marry this woman. She's torpedoed any possibility of a good relationship with your son by insisting that her selfishness is more important than his health and happiness, and there's no reason to think that her egotism will suddenly vanish once she's got what she wants. Definitely, NTA, your son comes first. If she wants a better house, she should contribute. NTA. Besides throwing a fit, you said she is actively trying to convince your 11-year-old child his medical needs come second to her desires. NTA. 1. This is your money, and your son. 2. Frankly, your obligation is to him before her. Point 3. This isn't some luxury item like a video game system. This is a quality of life necessity. I am an Army veteran. I watched a friend of mine after he lost an accident. As he was fitted for his running leg, the transformation in his demeanor and mental health was incredible. Get your son his leg. It can have painful moments and it will take a lot of work to get used to and comfortable with, but it will be worth every moment, and life will feel like so much more for him after. Heart. NTA. Not even close. Especially if the $16,000 you're planning on using was saved by you. Do not let your fiancé deter you. pull the trigger on this? NTA, hate to say it, but she's your fiancé, not your wife and not legally your family. If she wants to help, she doesn't need to wait till you two are married to help out. And if you and the medical team think that getting a prosthetic is good for your son, I'd absolutely say go for it. On that note, if you and your son haven't seen it, I'd recommend you guys check out Full Metal Alchemist and Violet Evergarden. Both are anime series involving a protagonist who has lost limbs. Edward Elric has lost an arm and a leg, and Violet Evergarden lost both her arms. And they both deal with their prosthetics in interesting ways. NTA, wow. Normally I'm all, you are getting married and should make mutual financial decisions. But that's actually not the real problem here. The problem is you want to marry someone who has so little regard for the health and well-being of your son. These are formative years and he needs to start coping and adjusting to his disability now. There is no waiting. Nothing is more important than that. You have a narrowing window of opportunity here and you need to back him up all the way. What are you thinking marrying someone who thinks so little of your child? And FYI, you would be a terrible father. And if you continue to be in a relationship with someone who would prioritize the timing of a house and a wedding over your son. NTA, your son should be your first priority and you're right, this is you money you already had saved. Your son has finally found a way to be happy and get over what happened. Isn't his happiness priceless? Your fiancé sounds like a selfish person to choose having a big house and wedding over helping your son live a full and happy life. It's not her money yet. But if you are going to marry this woman, you need to make sure she isn't just going to forget that she will be a stepmom. You will be a family and keeping everyone happy, not just herself. NTA, your son's well-being and happiness should come first. NTA, your fiancé is accusing you of disregarding her feelings while she totally disregards your son's feelings. It sounds like she is only really thinking of herself. Get your son the prosthetic. The sooner he can start to feel more capable and better about himself, the better. He is the important one here, and it is unreasonable for your fiancé to use this sort of emotional blackmail on you. Another year at his age is a huge chunk of time. NTA, if I was engaged to a man who had a kid that needed a prosthetic, I'd expect him to get the kid a prosthetic ASAP or be saving up to get one before all other non-immediate things. Buying a house isn't an immediate need. NTA, and this is a giant red sign. Your son waited 2 years and he is now ready for one. It's pretty cruel when the money is there to prolong his confinement for 1 to 2 more years because she put a home over his well-being. If you want to marry a woman that puts material stuff above your child, edit. She has no say nor any right to tell you what you can spend on your son. If she feels like that now, later your son will be even more marginalized, and if you have any common kids, your son will be badly treated. NTA, you aren't married. It's not her son, and it's not her money. Therefore, do what you want with it. Your son has lost a lot of his childhood, so it would make him happy and also allow him to potentially go to school and interact with other people. Your GF is being controlling and selfish. Wait, WTF? It's your savings, your money, and your child's happiness and ability to walk again. NTA, honestly, she's pretty fucked up. I'd only understand if she contributed to these savings. Then it would be justifiable. Everybody sucks. NTA, if your fiancé thinks waiting 2 years for something that will change your son's quality of life is acceptable, then I would politely suggest changing your fiancé. Your son has been through something highly traumatic that not only lost him his mother but a great deal of independence. The fact that after 2 years of struggling he has seen a light at the end of the proverbial tunnel is amazing and should be nourished. Your fiancé asking him to wait another 2 years for something like this is ridiculous and horribly selfish. Would she be able to live 2 more years without a limb so that her parents could marry and get a house? If anything, she should be supportive enough to say that the wedding and the house can take a back seat. After all, she will soon be your son's stepmom and should care about his mental and physical well-being also. NTA. It's giving a kid his childhood back. OMG. She seems completely selfish. My dude. Houses will still be on the market an extra $16K away. Your kid is always your kid. But I hope your fiancé becomes your ex-GF.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.